Hello my internet fans, it's your one and only Statboy, and as always these rants are Statboy approved. This is episode 31. Statboy Rants is almost as old as I am. Woohoo! Today's episode I'm going to try something a little new. As many of you should know, I like reality TV. And CBS has started season 24 of Survivor. So I'm going to rant about what happened on last week's episode, and if it decides to go okay, I might do it as a weekly thing, or I might just touch on it, or if it starts to go sour, I will stop it completely, and then I'll focus on The Amazing Race, which starts on Saturday, or on Sunday, right after the Elimination Chamber on pay-per-view. So, Survivor is dubbed One World. They have taken 18 strangers, broken them up to men versus women, 9 on a side, and the big twist is all 18 castaways are living on the same beach, at the same camp. They are 2 separate tribes, but they all live together. Apparently, CBS wants the backstabbing to all happen at the same place. Plus, it cuts down on production costs. The episode starts with all the castaways on a truck. They come in. Jeff Probst is there and says, you guys have got 60 seconds to pull whatever supplies you can off of the truck, and you get to take them to camp. So the guys go crazy. The girls go crazy, whatever. One of the guys, his name is Michael, not me though, walks over and steals a hatchet or an axe from the girls. At the end of the time, the guys have got bamboo and axes and everything. The girls basically have coconuts and bananas and whatever. And the girl said, gee, where's the axe we got? Michael quips up and says, I don't know where it is. But Michael was the one that stole it. So see, the backstabbing has already started. Then they get the maps and they head off to their beach. And lo and behold, the girls get to the beach first, and they find out that the guys are going to be on the same area. So that just, whatever, throws them out. When they arrive at camp, they find that there are some wild chickens running around. It's like, yeah, you're going to find chickens in the Polynesian islands. And one of the ladies, whose name is Chelsea, who's a good old country girl, she catches the chickens. And of course, the backstabbing begins where one says, well, let's work together to catch the chickens. If you get one, we get one, and whatnot. Which kind of works out. They continue at camp. They start to build their shelters. The men get fire first. The women haven't gotten squat. So the women decide to cut a deal. You took our axe. You help us get fire. We will give you a chicken. Sounds fair enough. Of course, the guys don't want it. So then the women start to use their sexuality. One of the women offers to take off their pants and run around for assistance with the fire. One of the guys says, okay, well, I'm going to take a bamboo pole and you're going to do a pole dance naked. CBS is going cha-ching, cha-ching, naked girls equals ratings. Who answers the phone? I don't believe that. I'm going to keep going. I don't care. At nighttime, the girls decide to steal an ember from the guy's fire, which they succeed in doing. So see, the stealing is already going on between the 2 tribes. Unfortunately, the girls' fire goes out during the night, which should tell the girls, haha, you shouldn't steal, it's bad. The next morning, they cut a deal. If you help us get fire, we will weave parts of the tree for the shelter. They agree, the girls get fire, and all is well. Except for one lady who decides to come up and says, well, I'm going to punch her in the mouth. Not cool. One of the gentlemen, whose name is Colton, came onto the show wearing the preppy dress shirt and sweater around the neck and he is openly gay. You can tell it in his voice. And as soon as he found out that he was going to be with it was guys versus girls, he's like, I'm one of the girls. So not only is he openly gay, he's feminine as well. Not saying that that's a bad thing. That's his lifestyle. So the girls decide to, they think, well, maybe we should help this guy out. Because on the men's side, the players Matthew, Michael, Bill, and Jay were walking around with their shirts off, and Matthew, who is a lawyer, made this statement, we're manly men. They're like the college jocks, they play football and baseball and all that, and they're the buff guys, they're the hard workers. They said, well, we're going to get rid of Colton because he's not manly enough, which is a red flag. I mean, you don't. Just because a man is gay does not mean he is less of a man. Or something like he's just. I think a gay man can do a manly job. Okay, a gay man can chop down a tree. A gay man can be a doctor. A gay man can be a lawyer. All those tough jobs. A woman can do it. Women are soldiers. But to go and say that's kind of very disrespectful. Say what?
It's profiling.
It's profiling.
That's wrong.
So Colton makes a plea to the ladies about the hidden immunity idol, saying, if you find it, please give it to me because they're going to get rid of me. Which eventually happens. One of the ladies, her name is Sabrina. She's the black lady on the show, which they put more white people on Survivor than they do black people. That's a thing. But she finds the idol, and there's a twist. She said the idol that was found was for the men tribe, so she now has to give it to somebody, and she eventually ends up giving it to Colton. So in case he feels he's going to be voted out, he can play the idol at any time and go on. The immunity challenge comes up. And the first part of the immunity challenge was a 25-foot fall into a net. And Mr. Jeff Probst told the people the proper way to do this is to jump, land on your back with your arms close to your body. Some people didn't heed the warning. One lady, her name was Courtney, landed palms out, knees up. And she bent her wrist back, landed wrong. The rest of the team had to continue onto a balance beam. Jeff Probst looks over at Courtney and says, "Are you okay?" Courtney says she feels dizzy. The immunity challenge immediately gets stopped. The medical crew come in. They want to x-ray her wrist. Jeff calls off the challenge. They take her away. And because of a rule, the men are declared the winners. Jeff Probst decides, well, you can finish the challenge or you can take the immunity. The men think about it and they take the immunity. They do not continue on the game. The women felt that the men should be chivalrous and at least give the women a chance to compete, but that didn't happen. They go back to camp. The ladies go to tribal council for the first time, and a bit of an arguing match takes place over the chicken fire weaving incident back at camp. Jeff Probst announces that Courtney did in fact break her wrist. It does require surgery. She will not be coming back to the game, and the ladies do not need to vote anybody out the first episode. So the ladies get a reprieve. So that was the first episode of Survivor. It's on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. Like I say, it's just the whole men versus women thing can bring up a debate. You know, what the men are supposed to do, what the women are supposed to do, the backstabbing. Don't be surprised if, you know, They actually did a good job, CBS, in casting. They actually did pick some very beautiful women. One who is named, let me check my notes real quick. Her name was Alicia. Very beautiful girl. Very boobalicious, if you want me to call her that. And she even wore tight bicycle shorts, or kind of like a bicycle short bikini or whatever, with her ass hanging out. Very beautiful. There's also Monica. Her full name is Monica Culpepper. She is from Florida. I have to give a quick shout out to my pop, who gave me a very important stat. And then I also looked up that she is the former wife of Dante Culpepper of the Minnesota Vikings. So she's the local girl down in Florida, so of course the media is going there. Like I say, if you guys don't care about Survivor, I'm going to rant about it anyway. If I start to feel that it's just not cool enough anymore, or if I miss an episode, I'll probably just let it fizzle out, and I'll just give you a quick whatever on the reality shows on CBS. Upcoming, we've got some good stuff coming. We've got Elimination Chamber on Sunday. We've done our predictions. Watch those. Next week, we're going to do our epic episode of the 50 Oh My God moments. After Elimination Chamber on Sunday, we're going to tape our post show. That'll come up. And then, like I say, keep those comments going. Give me topics to rant about, and I'll do it with a little help from my family, because I love them very much. Episode 31 is done. Keep those comments going. Follow me on Twitter at LBStatKid1977. And, we have a new Facebook page. Casa D18 Studios has a Facebook page, so if you want to get a hold of us that way, like us on Facebook, send us a couple notes, and we will get back to you. Statboy is out.